Hey, what's up, guys? Davey Crocko. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in the past few hours after I streamed earlier, I was contacted by somebody who, for the third time, has reached out to me. I've confirmed that he is part of Vox Day's crew. I've confirmed he's a member on the channel. I've confirmed that he pays $275 annually for unauthorized TV, and he's privy to emails, private chats, inside information about what's going on. This is not a joke. Now, he told me a couple of things, and we can expect that this is to mislead me. This is to make me report on something, to look stupid, to misreport something. So, all of the things I've covered before are looked at as in question. So, I will openly say I don't trust this person. I can't say with 100% the information he gave me is true. But he said a couple things. He sent a couple nuggets my way. I'm not going to out the guy. I'm not going to give his name, but I will give the information that he gave to me as far as what their plans are going to be going into the new year. Now, some people are not going to give a shit about this. Some people are. For those who care, this is what he told me. Now, I have my own investigations going into the ambiguously paid duo, as I'm starting to call them, because the more I uncover with their schemes and scams and Vox Day's publishing companies and Vox Day's father's tax evasion and Owen's scams with his monetization and now being deplatformed to round up a lot of people on unauthorized, the more I look into it, the more I'm convinced that these people are sitting on a lot of money, and the plan was for them to have a year's worth of pay pigs, giving money to unauthorized, and then eventually try to actually run some kind of small level streaming just for them specifically, Owen and Vox. Maybe even just Vox, but I'm sure Owen will be involved because that's how he's going to get the numbers over there. Now, I know this because of the inside information I got. It kind of confirmed a couple things I was looking at, but again, this could be something he wants me to misreport. From what he said, I was on target when I talked about the servers that he rented and the time period he had them, which would have been January of this year. The contract or subscription he entered in with a company called HostPoint would end in January of the coming year. So what he said was, we are going to have an announcement of some sort during the holidays, the perfect time to get people to give money, the perfect time to play on the heartstrings of people. They're already working it in with Owen being deplatformed from YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Vox Day might pull a move of getting a channel removal, although I don't think that's going to happen. That insider did not tell me that. But he said they will make an announcement at the end of the year. Big news coming. Big news for the Big Bear. It's going to be something like that. A cliffhanger, if you will, as the year ends. Then from there, the announcement will be that they actually are kicking up streaming coming in the coming months, January, February. Now, they are going to ask and start a new campaign for what they're going to say are server cost, bandwidth cost. Now, they're already doing this in one aspect with Vox Day telling people to go with the $275 a year option on unauthorized, which gives you one perk, which is something called Social Galactic, basically the poorest man's version of a Twitter, Facebook, just for Vox Day and Owen insiders. So what they're going to do is they've made money for about a year now, not doing anything. A small amount of money renting the cheapest servers with no space, the smallest amount of money making no changes to the website. He said about a month in from unauthorized, 2 months tops, they had enough money to actually do what they said they were going to do, just going off the money made from unauthorized. And they could have done what they said they were going to do with their own money from the get-go. So this insider said 100% this is a money-making scam, And he also said, you're on to something with the money laundering angle scam. The books that Vox Day says he's going to provide for people are going to take so long, and they're going to make so much money that no one's ever going to get the return on their investment for those, and you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit for Vox Day. I was also on point when I talked about the publishing companies that he used and why it was a shady operation, and I was linked to a couple articles that explain it really well. So this insider said the big news will be them actually announcing some kind of streaming in the coming year. He said a lot of this stuff is to get tax deductible options on these crowdfunding campaigns to show expenses. So that's why they're going to announce it at the end of the year to try to say that they spent the money on servers or spent the money on this or spent the money on that. So let me show you a couple things just to start here. Now I can't show the guy's name, but trust me, I had him prove to me that he is a member on the channel by having him type exactly what I said at the exact same time that I said it on Vox Day's channel. I saw that he's a member. I looked back at streams. I saw he's there all the time. Now I also confirmed through receipts and digital receipts that weren't altered that he does pay $275 a year for an authorized, and he is in on this Social Galactic site getting private messages. He showed me private messages from the head dork lord himself. So we have an insider, but I don't know if I can trust him, and I probably would never trust him. And he knows that I don't trust him. But I'm going to tell you guys what happened. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you that this guy reached out to me. He was sickened about 3 months ago when they started all of these little book scams, and when he really realized that, Owen was scamming him. He caught on early. He said one of my videos where I explained Owen lying about his monetization really tipped him off to the actions. But he said the cutoff for him was when they lied about unauthorized. That is a big point with a lot of these people. A lot of them aren't public about it. A lot of them don't speak up out of fear of being banned by both of these people. But a lot of them talk amongst each other about this scam that is unauthorized and how they were lied to. They were told there was going to be a streaming service. Then 6 months in, they claim, well, we never said it was going to be a streaming service. These people that follow them closely knew it was a lie, and, they're pretty vocal about it behind the scenes in their private messages. Now, he's given me all these screenshots, but I can't show them because people will know the conversations they were in. They'll be, even if I take out the names, they're going to know the conversation. So if he's actually telling me any kind of truth, I don't want to out him. And if he's lying to me, we expect them to lie. So one of the first things he told me that I was on point about was this Redacted Press angle. Now, this is when Vox announced the leather-bound books that he was asking about $30,000 for. He ended up with $577,000, but he can't put his publishing company that he always brags about, Castilla House, on the Indiegogo campaign itself because of past indiscretions and violating terms of service with Castilla House in the past. So on his blog, he'll write this whole little excerpt and he'll put Junior Classics by Redacted Press. Please visit the crowdfunding page. And when you go to the crowdfunding page, there's no mention of Castilla House on this thing. It's only Redacted Press. The same thing with Corporate Cancer. The same thing with the kids book that he's coming out with, or a friend of his is coming out with that he's pushing for him for $5,000. It's a scam. That's why they can't use Castilla House on the thing, and I'll show you the articles I was linked to with more people talking about this. So this is somebody that was looking into it, and they said there was some oddities about the campaign, though. It was clear that the Indiegogo were aware it was one of Day's companies running the campaign, but rather than Castilla, or Archaven, the group listed was Redacted Press based in San Francisco. A second oddity was that the campaign was only accessible via direct link. A search for the campaign on Indiegogo's platform for their Junior Classics or Redacted Press did not lead to the campaign. The only way to get to it was via a link provided by Vox Day himself. Why would that be? So that's a very odd thing about this thing. Now, like I said, they asked for $27,000. It got funded 2,000% overfunded to $571,000. That's an extra $500,000, guys, any way you cut it. Some other things that he's doing, he's obviously pushing this Meet Zammy, Zammy and the Sheepadoodle book, where he's asking for $5,000. Castilla House has agreed to publish the family-friendly children's book. So let's go to the campaign for this one. Let's see if we see Castilla House mentioned at any point on the Indiegogo. Huh. Right where they would put the publisher up here, you just have the adventures of Zammy and Sheepadoodle. The same wording as the page, but no mention of Castilla House. You also have Corporate Cancer from Castilla House, Infogalactic, Archaven, past 1,400% of its goal. Let's check this one out. So this is the same Junior Classics one. This is how he connected it with this Corporate Cancer book, and then he made a Patreon page for Castilla House where he's making $7,000 a month. So he's linking all these little book scams together to make all of this money. Now, something important about it was Indiegogo in the past canceled the alt hero QAnon comics for allegedly violating their terms of service. Indiegogo has begun notifying backers and refunding contributions. So this is on his own website, so he's going to explain it as, it's the left coming after me, but he violated their terms of service, which means you were running some kind of scam. So an open letter to Vox Day and Castilla House. This was written back in 2017. Not to mention, just like he's saying with a Patreon lawsuit, just like he's saying about suing YouTube, he said the same thing about Indiegogo. Yet, he's still using that company, and like with YouTube, he's still using that company. There is not going to be a lawsuit against these companies. That's another thing to make you believe and make you keep giving money to him. The following is the conclusion to a series of exchanges I have had this week with author Theodore Beale, aka Vox Day, and his publisher Castilla House on Beale's website. These exchanges, which I authored under the name Vox were all in regards to his ongoing crowdfunding campaign for his comic book titled Alt Hero. My mission is accomplished. Let the record show that while I am suspicious of the overall quality of the final product, that will be Alt Hero, I have no time suggested that Vox is duping anyone. So this is how he was looking at it in the beginning. But when you go into it a little bit later, you tend to realize that the terms of service violated him out of that account. So you're only left with one conclusion, that he was scamming or he did something underhanded at the time to make Indiegogo not work with that publishing company ever again. So this is the other thing that he was telling me about the Insider, that they will offer some kind of streaming coming in this new year, or at least make a big announcement saying that they're definitely going to have streaming in the coming months, and they try to push some kind of campaign to get money for what they're going to say is servers and bandwidth and space and workers, and they're going to make up a bunch of shit to get a lot of money. Now, I would expect this to happen on February 1st. That's the date I'm going with. It feels good. He kind of confirmed that for me, but I can't trust him. But I would say February 1st, they're going to start because they've been laying the groundwork with stuff like this.
You're welcome. It's excellent, clean and well designed, and the features we wanted are actually there and functioning. The team did a great job. Honestly, I can't take very much credit for it, but I'm delighted that people are happy with it. And again, if you haven't subscribed to Unauthorized yet, I highly recommend that you do so. We're keeping an eye on the bandwidth and the traffic and stuff. Hopefully, the subscriptions will stay ahead of the bandwidth. If it doesn't, then what we have to do is we have to limit the access to the videos there to the subscribers.
So he said this on December 10th. Now, shortly after that, the unauthorized site went to subscribers only. Now, there are some streams accessible, but a lot of the things are behind a paywall now. They want you to pay $10 a month, or they want you to get the annual subscription of $275 a month, which will get you access to a shitty Twitter page.
Stay focused. We keep winning. We keep crushing.
They take a shot, and every time they take a shot at us, they create an opening for us to exploit and hit back.
Okay, so he's pushing the lawsuit still. There is no lawsuit. There is no lawsuit. There is no lawsuit. It's not happening. It's a complete lie to make you feel like you're part of a fight. This is what the kid explained to me. They want to make you believe like you're part of something. You're going to be some revolution that's taking down big tech. But there's nothing that's going to happen except you losing money and them keeping money.
Raw, but it is functional. I won't say fully functional, but it is very functional. And so the first 212 of you, which is all of the unauthorized annual members, are going
$275
to get an invitation here next week. Now, you can...
So, that's what he's offering you. For $275, the extra perk is you get to get posts from people in the Vox Day community. Ooh, is it really worth it? It's not even worth it for $10 a month. That's $120. For an extra $150 on top of that, you're getting this. Okay? So, you can go to Twitter for free. You can go to Facebook for free. You can go to anywhere you want for free. But you're going to pay $150 a year to go to this little shit page that's not even fully functional. And all it has is hashtags that they type in themselves around shit that they talk about. And they're all links to his blog posts. They're not actual hashtags, they're just links to his blogs. Like, The Ride Never Ends, that's a blog post of his. Man, it's so easy to call out his scams, but I'm very happy that I have a Dread Ilk VFM member leaking me information now. Because now Vox is really going to be on his heels. I know he's watching these videos. I know he's catching the streams. We've proven that with his actions where he's talked about it on the next stream that he's done about what we were talking about. We're not following him. We're not quote-unquote jealous of him. He's following us. He's following what we're talking about and trying to stay ahead of us catching his little scams. Now, I promised you guys I would stay up on this shit, but I can't make my channel all about these people because I got so many other topics to cover. I need other people digging into this shit too. I need other people to, make connections and dig into this information because I got so many topics to cover that I can't stay up on it every day. Now, I know some of the Reddit pages stay up with information, and I know people are trying, but we got to get more people on the case, and maybe some insider will reach out to you. And this isn't some fake, like when they say they have Google insiders. This kid reached out to me. He left a comment on one of my videos, then he sent me an email, and from there we got in a conversation. I had to confirm who he was. That took a few times. Then I got the information that I wanted, and I still don't trust him, but we got some information. So, just a quick little update on what's going on. I don't know how long that video was, but I just wanted to give you that information. Now, tonight, I'll be on, for Spooky Sunday, Skinwalker Ranch. It should be fun. Just going to take a break for a little bit. Hopefully, I can stream at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight, guys. So, yeah, hope this information was good, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Shout out to the Dread Ilk. Thanks for reaching out, guys. Let's get Vox Day on his heels.